Let the truth resonate with Gerod on the mic. We're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of Know Ya, we're reclaiming our soul. Yeah, tuning out, let the truth resonate. With Gerod on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of Know Ya, we're reclaiming our soul. Yeah, let the truth resonate with Gerod on the mic. We're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it loud, let's uplift this place.
You're over there fighting to ad-lib. I see you.
Yeah.
He's just keeping his mouth shut. You know he wants to ad-lib. What?
I'm trying to figure out why you talking to yourself.
Huh?
Look who's back, people. Look who's back.
Yeah.
Welcome back. How's your vacay? Not long enough?
There you go.
Huh?
There you go. Not long enough.
Not long enough. No. I know the feeling. Mine neither. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year, because this is what? This is the first time we get a chance to say it.
Yeah.
We said it before we got out of here. Everybody called in and did their happy New Year greetings and all of that while they were getting ready for all the festivities for the new year. You had already started your new year.
Yup.
You were gone.
I was out this piece.
Peace. See ya. We want to be
Deuces.
ya. Yes, indeed. So what did you do?
Nothing. I ain't do nothing.
Nada. You just chill.
Just chill.
I mean, don't get it wrong. Don't get me twisted.
Put my car in the shop to get fixed.
The older you get,
the less you want to do.
No, that's the best thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Nothing like peace.
Especially with all the foolishness that's going on now, it's like, man, at home is the best place for you.
Yeah, well.
Without a doubt, it's the best place for you.
So, what did I do? Nothing. I sat at home for the new year, and I listened to World War III going on outside.
Oh, bruh.
Because everybody and their mama had firecrackers.
Bruh.
I don't like all of that no more. So, I just stayed inside. But what got me about the whole deal was it had ended about, like 12:30 in my neighborhood.
That was in your neighborhood?
Yeah, about 12:30. I mean, you had little fragments of pow every once in a while. And I don't know who this was, but I sure got up to look, but they weren't there. Someone put this cannon outside of the building, my apartment complex, and shot it off at 2:00 in the morning.
Ooh, I bet that sucker was loud.
And it was right between the two buildings, because we got another apartment building right beside us, but it was in between the two buildings, an alleyway. And, alleyways make things
reverberate.
Ooh. Bruh, when I tell you it didn't sound like no cannon, it sounded like a missile had been shot off.
You know what?
And I was in the bed asleep, and I got straight up. I was like, what in the world?
I think I heard that in the East because I remember it gotten quiet. I was just winding down, laying in the bed, watching television, and I heard boom, like real loud, but I could tell it was in the distance, but it was loud. I was like, what in the world was that?
No, it wasn't that loud that you heard it all the way in the east.
Shoot. You'd be surprised.
But I was like, good Lord. I was like, that wasn't funny. That was not funny at all. At all.
Because the people that I normally do the New Year's Eve party for faked me out.
Oh, really?
So I did my own party at my house.
Oh, you had a party?
Invited some couple of just had a handful of friends over, shooting pool, and
Oh, wait a minute.
I thought you were out of town.
Oh, hold on. Wait, hold on.
You could keep looking.
No,
I'll give you a flashlight to search with.
I was searching for my invitation. I didn't know if it had. Did you bring it over here? Oh, hold on. Wait a minute.
I'm not even going to justify it.
I don't see it under the table.
I'm not justifying that.
Wait a minute. Let me see if is it over here by. It's not over here either. So I chop that up.
Here's your invitation right there.
I got an invitation for you too. Mm-hmm.
But
got an invitation for you.
So we just had like about 10 people maybe, and 11:30 they start bailing out. Yeah, you can keep looking. It's under your shoe.
Mm-hmm. It's under my shoe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just like a couple other things.
It's dog scented.
I was getting ready to say just like a couple of other things. Mm-hmm.
So 11:30, people start bailing in. I gotta get home. They live right around the corner, but
Yeah,
I gotta get home. I'm like, I was like, oh, y'all scared, huh?
Yeah, bro, they got to get home. And
I see why, because I had my little DJ set up, and I was sitting right in front of my fireplace, so I could hear what was going on through the chimney.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it sounded like Beirut.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
You know what was interesting for me this year? And I think a lot of people are going to say the same thing. And I don't know if we really paid attention. Maybe I pay attention to things a little bit differently. But what was interesting to me this year, and I know it's not interesting, is not a good word to use in this scenario of events. But what was interesting to me was the fact that on New Year's Day, I was watching the news and heard how many homes had caught on fire.
I have never seen that amount.
I never saw
that
many houses in New Orleans catch on fire, and the scenario is, it was from fireworks.
It was mainly in Slidell.
No,
St. Tammany, but yeah, St. Tammany Parish had the
several
most.
of them in. Slidell was, but several of them happened here, and I think in not Saint Bernard, LaPlace, St. James, and all that area.
That area, yeah.
But it was interesting. I was like, dang, I never seen that many homes catch on fire.
I felt bad for those people in Algiers.
Yeah.
Man, that was sad.
That was an apartment complex, right?
Townhouses.
Townhouse, okay. Yeah. God bless them all. I hope that they, can work something out, and I hope insurance and all those that's supposed to be helping out will help out in a timely fashion. I hope so anyway. So it was terrible. I was like, man, that many homes caught on fire. I see that the NOPD has come out with its year-end crime stats. I thought that was interesting too. And again, I don't want to be like Debbie Downer for the new year, but there was something that was missing to me in those crime stats when I started looking.
Your mugshot?
At those numbers. Mm-mm.
Your mugshot wasn't missing?
Mm-mm. Mine was on there. But I was looking at them and saying the number of people that got killed last year.
Oh, and then this fool gets on TV talking about, and the crime in New Orleans, and within 2 weeks, it's almost zero. It's almost non-existent.
And they had 10 shootings.
Yeah.
New Year's Day.
That day.
10.
He's an idiot.
We're going to get to him because that's going to end up being my topic of conversation today about Venezuela and the I guess the capture of the president of Venezuela and what everybody's saying what this is
I
really
wish
about.
somebody would capture this clown.
But uh I have not heard. I've heard everybody say, "Oh, it's about the oil. Oh, it's about this. It's about this. The minerals in Greenland. It's about all these different things going on in the other places that he wants to take control of." But I'm sitting back and saying to myself, "But what are black people saying?
I'm reading between the lines on it.
But what are black people saying?"
I
Because
don't
I done
think
heard everybody else.
I don't think black people really care too much.
I do. We going to war.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, the reason he is
Do
this,
you realize
this is his.
though? But before you go on, do
Okay.
you realize how many people in the military that are us?
Yeah, they're going to war. I know it's going to war, and he's doing it for a reason. He's doing this as a distraction or
The
a put off
Epstein
for the
Epstein
the
file.
elections.
The
The elections.
And-
When you're in war, you can't have midterm elections. You can't have elections. So that's what his aim is.
So, from what I understand, I'm not going to repeat that because I don't think that is true unless there is a call for some type of special something, and I'm not certain that that's true. That
His
you can't have an
distractions are getting
election,
bigger and bigger.
huh?
His distractions are getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I mean, but think about something. We had a war going on when there was an election going on between Biden and him the first time. And then there was a war that was going on when there was Obama. And I'm trying to figure out, where did we get that conversation piece that says that there can't be an election during an act of war? So that's what made me go, I don't think that's true. So the other part of this that makes me go, it seems that we're asking all people other than us. What we think about it? We didn't ask the Venezuelan people that live down in South Florida. We didn't ask the Mexican people from another country. We didn't ask the white ladies on The View, other than Whoopi and Sonny. We didn't ask everybody. But I said, let me try to find some other folks that are going to make some points here. So I said, this afternoon, I'm going to open up my telephone lines and let them have that conversation, because I really do. And I have been wrong so many times when I say the same thing that you said. That's why I was like, okay, you walked into that water today. You don't think the black people really care? Remember, I'd be like, I'd talk about it, but I don't think nobody really care about these subjects and da-da-da. And then the phones blow up and be like, oh, they really do care. So I'm thinking that we are going to have a conversation that's going to be more about you all telling me what you see instead of me saying, okay, this is what it is, da-da-da, and go ahead on, let's move on to the next subject. No, I do think that this is something that a lot of black people are having conversations, but they're not being heard. I want y'all to be heard.
You think it's because they feel that I'm not going to be heard, so why say anything? Do you think that could be the cause?
No, I think there's an automatic blackout of certain folks that they don't want you to hear. So they're not making it a point to say, hey, okay, cool. Let's have some conversation with us. But I do know that we have some very smart, intelligent folks that have degrees, PhDs, masters, and just hard knock street credibility, if that's what it comes down to, that can put two and two together and come out with a scenario on what you think this is all about. So let's open up the telephone lines, 504-582-9422. I know this is going to fill us up. And plus, I got to let Dr. Shepard, who's going to be joining us in a little bit, come in and give her piece on this too. So I know I'm going to probably be answering the phone and listening and instead of doing most of the talking. So get them in now. I'm telling you, get them in now, because y'all get mad when you can't get in, and then y'all call me later on and say, listen, T, You need to tell them folks to let some other people come. Like I'm a really sit down and have a conversation with all the listeners to tell them that, can you let somebody else call? No. Cedric,
Hey, Gerard, how you doing?
what's going on with your big money?
Oh man, look, I was taught ever since high school in 1974 that anything go along around the world relates to everybody. You pay attention to it. You may not be able to do nothing about it, but you pay attention to it. And this thing with Venezuela, the only thing I see, they're being charged with gun running and drugs. You got all this dogs on earth and you're going to sell dope? That don't make no sense. And the majority of the people said if any drugs coming from there, it's like 1%.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it's come from Mexico and all that. And it just makes them look foolish, man. And I'm listening at, what's his name? The Graham guy. Oh, yeah, we're getting rid of this. And they just be lying, man. They'll tell one lie one day, the next day it's a whole nother lie.
Yeah. It's just,
So
I really do believe that you got a lot of propaganda that's coming in here that folks are believing because they're not doing the homework themselves to see what's the real truth.
And Gerard, you know, there's such thing, I'm going to look up the word and have a better understanding, as sovereignty, as sovereignty. You can't just come do anything to me, man. I mean, but you know what, too, in all honesty, Gerard?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the other folks was doing it, too, but he just, I guess, I don't know, maybe in a way, he's a use for it, and it's just coming out.
Well, I guess the question that a lot of folks need to be asking is, did we violate any laws, international laws with this? Did we not go by the rules of engagement from any other country as well that pays attention to this and said, we're just going to sneak into a country, we're going to capture a president, and we're going to bring him back here, and we're going to kill at least, and this is something that's not being talked about, there was at least, I think they said between 32 and
40
and 100 of those folks in Venezuela that got killed during this raid.
Yeah, because you're right. I heard one guy was talking. I think he said 40, and they included somebody that was 80 years old. An 80-year-old woman got killed by shrapnel.
Mm. Wow. So we're not talking about those folks at all. That they got killed during a raid that wasn't authorized by those branches of the government. You'd think that they would be involved before you say it's a go. Made me go, wow. Wake up in the middle of the night to find out that you got helicopters flying, you got bombs going off, you got all these strategic command, you got missiles coming from ships. I'm like, wow, all of this went on while we were asleep?
Yep.
So, I don't know. And everybody's wondering,
and the majority is about the natural resources of the earth, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, yep. Talking about that oil. They got oil.
Yeah, that oil.
Greenland got some natural resources. Nigeria got natural resources. What I missed? We got one other place too. So,
but you're right. I was looking at a documentary. I'm trying to think which one of those countries. You got a few countries, they're not even dependent on, they're getting what they call thermal something out of the ground. Some places where they got close to volcanoes. I'm going to look that up again, but there's something they're calling thermal energy, some kind of way they're getting their energy out of the ground, and they're not using fossil fuels.
So after all of this happened, what did you say?
I'm sorry?
I said, after all this happened, what did you say?
Oh, after all that happened, I just wanted to know how could they do that. That's what I wanted to know. That was the first thing I wanted to know for myself. How you just go over there and just take them people like that.
Yeah. So you think this is an illegal act?
Sounds like it to me. I ain't no law professor, but just common sense tells me that that ain't right.
Yeah. We'll see.
And it won't be the first time. It may not be the last time.
Yeah.
But you know what that does? That makes all those other little countries that are trying to get away from the United States and Britain and France and all that, they're trying to cut ties. That's going to make them start looking too.
It's just interesting to me that we go in there and have a facade of we trying to free everybody, make them free, freedom.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
sitting there saying to myself, no, you all are picking countries that have natural resources.
Yeah, because I heard one of those African leaders, he said we need to start investing in nuclear weapons.
Now,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it was a guy from Niger. It wasn't a guy from Burkina Faso, but I think it was a guy from Niger. One of those leaders, and that's what he said.
Wow.
So,
All right,
this
Cedric.
stuff is heating up. It's heating up, man. It's heating
Yeah.
up.
It's getting scary. All right,
It
brother.
is, brother.
I appreciate
All
you
right.
much, man. Happy New Year to you.
All right. Same to you, bro.
All right, talk to you in a minute. Galloway, hold on. We coming back. I know you got an earful and a mouthful. Oh, watch out, y'all. Galloway coming up in just a minute. We got to take a break.
Hello, friend. Tavis Smiley here with a special announcement. You can catch my show at a new time. Weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Same great topics, same great guests, same great conversations, just a little earlier in the day. It's Tavis Smiley, weekdays 1 to 4 p.m. only on WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Transform your bathroom with the beautiful quality of Bath Planet. As a trusted leader in bathroom renovation, Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping seal, a symbol of quality and consumer confidence for over 100 years. Get half off installation or 18 months with no interest and no payments. Whether it's tub replacement, a shower replacement, or a tub-to-shower conversion, Bath Planet makes your custom bath fast, easy, and affordable. Here's how it works. 1. Call to schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. 2. Our design experts come to you with real samples to customize your dream bath. 3. Our certified installers complete the transformation in as little as 1 day. And right now, for a limited time, you can upgrade your bathroom for 50% off installation or choose 18 months with no interest and no payments. But you need to call now. This special offer is only available by calling 800-981-8177. That's 800-981-8177. Call 800-981-8177 right now before the offer ends.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Our number 504-582-9422 for all my folks under the sound of this here microphone. Congratulations, you made it to another year. Congratulations to you, and Happy New Year to you and yours. I do have to say to all of our good friends that Saturday was the final resting day for our good friend Michael Ward. And the funeral, I got to tell Lindsay, his wife, Lindsay, y'all did an excellent job. Thank you so much for involving me and all the other folks. But Saturday was a homegoing celebration for Mike, and it was a great deal. I took a lot of photos. I'll post them. I haven't posted them yet. I did want to give them time to mourn beforehand, and so nobody could say, he just went to go take some photos. No, I just took photos, and I said I'd wait till this week to put them up to say that. But Lindsay and the whole crew, y'all did an excellent job in sending Mike out. So I want to thank you all, his family, for sharing him with the rest of New Orleans and the rest of the world. He had people from all over the country that came to celebrate with him over at the Household of Faith. Thank you to his pastor, and also thank the magnificent one, Mr. Barre, Pastor Barre, Barrier, for allowing everyone to come into his church at the Household of Faith, for being able to seat that many folks that came out for them. Galloway.
Hey,
What's going on, Big Money?
bienvenidos, amigo.
that
That means welcome, friends. I'm gonna be the president of Venezuela.
No. That's what we're gonna be speaking in a minute, huh?
Yeah, I'm the president now. Anybody can go down there and be the president of Venezuela.
That's right. You might as
Gerard.
well throw your hat in. Throw your hat in.
Exactly.
Or should I say your sombrero?
Listen, brother, you realize it cost $60 million for that operation.
Yep.
On January the 3rd.
Yep.
$60 million.
Yep.
125 aircraft. And that's not even mentioning the 3 bases that they actually hit. And the 80 casualties that are KIA, and the numbers continually rising.
Yep.
For one person,
Yep.
Gerard, follow the money.
Yep.
Follow this money. This has been going on with Trump and this dude since Trump first got elected.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember, Trump told his oil executives this time, told 20 of them, give me $1 billion, and I'm going to loosen up these regulations, and we're going to go get some of these countries. That ain't nothing I'm making up. That is word for word. You can look at that stuff. He had them folks at Mar-a-Lago telling these people this stuff. So this is all about money, oil, and power. To the people of Venezuela, y'all sitting there celebrating, happy that your dictator is gone. I got the same treatment in 2003. Flowers and pita bread, American hero. The next time I came back to Iraq, I was treated as a terrorist who was fighting for oil.
Wow.
Be careful what you wish for. Don't trade one dictator in for somebody that wants to colonize you and take everything that you got.
Yep.
If you think it's bad now, it's only going to get worse. We have a history of doing this stuff.
Yep.
I'm going back all the way to Che Guevara. Remember the CIA got him? And ever since then, they've been down in Latin America. Every time somebody gets in there that they don't like or they don't like what's going on, so what if them people kicked you out of their country because you want 100% of the oil profits?
Mm-hmm.
Get up out of here. You want to know why the economy is so bad in Venezuela? They sanctioned to death. The United States has sanctioned them people on everything. Why do you think them people fleeing? Them folks are sitting there trying to sit there and celebrate. I'm like, listen, the country that you're running to is oppressing the country that you just left. I got that part. Mm-hmm. But you got to look at it as a military standpoint. What I'm looking at, I hope and pray not one United States service member has to go into those jungles and fight anybody. Mm-hmm. We're not good at jungle warfare. It's called, I think it's Section 4 or Rule 4. After you overthrow a regime, the United States, we're horrible at stability and control.
And we've never been good at that. Any war or anything that we started as far as the economics of another country, and we keep telling them that they did wrong, and then we come back and we try to run that country, whatever that has been or whatever place that has been, we have done a terrible job. That includes Venezuela. Terrible. We're going to see that one. We can go back and look at Iraq,
Afghanistan, Panama, Grenada.
Yep.
I can just keep naming off the list and stuff. And I keep trying to explain to people, listen, don't sit there and be mad at the United States military. Be mad at that crazy person in charge, man. That dude does this stuff. Not one person in this entire family, since they came to the United States, has ever served in the military.
Right.
We'll never know if anybody from the United States, the service members, really got hurt. It looked to me that they went down there. This was more than a smash and grab. They went down there and shot and killed everything that was moving.
Yep.
You cannot tell me, and I keep telling folks, look at what I'm saying. It's called the School of America. Now it's called WINSEC. We train these people on military, military intelligence and infantry tactics right there at Fort Benning. Mm-hmm. I know this so well because I was stationed there, and every year people protest. You done had leaders like Manuel Noriega and others come through that school.
Right.
And when they go get in charge, they'll use some crazy tactics. I'm not saying Madero was some type of good person. That man was running over people and putting you down with water cannons. But you know, what I'm getting at is, if you got a leader that has somebody, either him or somebody that went through a WINSEC or School of America, you might want to watch what happens in the country. Mm. This has been going on for decades. I'm afraid for the black men and women serving members that look like me. It's 95,000 of us that's actually serving right now. This is not what you want to go up in there. 57% of Venezuela is jungle. The country itself is twice the size of California. Man, I don't want to rumble in no jungle. I'm too old. My ACH, my
you sure
advanced
don't want
contact
to be
health.
subject to no. You sure don't want to be subject to no Agent Orange.
None of that stuff, man. Listen, them drones and all this stuff they got going on now. I said, man, you fighting Clone Wars out there like some old Star Wars or something like that.
Right.
This stuff ain't gonna get no better. My biggest concern is, can another country put a warrant on somebody and they go in there and take them off, whether it's Putin, Benjamin Netanyahu, or trying to do something, say that to Taiwan. Can they go up in there and do the same thing that the United States just did?
Well, that was my question. That was one of my questions. I said, the international police, I don't know exactly what their names are, but they put a warrant out for the arrest of Netanyahu.
And Putin. Putin has one too.
And he's coming to the United States to visit with the president all the time. He just left here, maybe a month ago, and I'm like, wait a minute. Aren't we by law supposed to also honor that since we're a member of that NATO institution? And I'm saying, okay.
Not only, yes, when he came to Alaska, he was supposed to be arrested. When Benjamin Netanyahu came to Washington, D.C., he was supposed to be arrested.
Right.
The new mayor of New York, he made a smirking comment, but I want to see if he's going to stand to it. He said if Benjamin Netanyahu comes to New York, he's going to get arrested. See, folks got to realize what the Trump administration is doing is the reason is because of the United States Supreme Court. Everything he does now is a presidential power or he has qualified immunity. You can't hold him accountable for it. So if this man want to go take Greenland or if he want to go down there in Colombia, you can't really do nothing to him because of what those 6 conservatives on the Supreme Court did, and that's dangerous. How long can you keep on kicking a cat or a dog until that cat or dog start scratching and kicking and fighting back?
Right.
I'm telling you, man, I'm more concerned for the service members, not Trump, not his family, not his oil buddies, none of them. But when you put these young men and women into harm's way, into countries that they've never been to, most of them couldn't find these countries on the map until now. And now you down there. And listen, I haven't been to jungle warfare school since the 90s.
Well, I will tell you this much, and this is something, too, that will raise its head. When, I don't know, but it will raise its head. And I thought it was going to raise its head before they went and got him. But evidently somebody did not do the homework. I remember when we had that issue with Panama and we arrested or they ousted Noriega.
Remember they arrested Noriega in the Vatican down there?
Right.
In Panama?
Now, you remember
that was 90s.
When they arrested him, one of the folks that spoke in immunity to any of this, saying that they had complete immunity, was the president of Venezuela. So my question is, does he still have immunity? If he did, then we weren't supposed to touch him.
Now, was that immunity for Chavez or was that for Maduro?
I thought that was for Noriega.
For Noriega? Yeah, Noriega, man, that dude, listen, when you get bought and paid for by these rogue agents, I'm talking the DA and CIA, they will turn on you in a minute. You got to remember, when we went to Iraq, his name was Chalabi. Look up Chalabi. His name Chalabi. How this man manipulated military intelligence to get us to go over there. And come to find out, this dude was a proxy for Iran. So you're dealing with these folks on this big level, man, and it's the people like myself and other thousands or millions of other Americans that got to go over there and deal with that stuff, man. I got to tell people, man, you don't want no roadside bomb or no drone blowing up next to you or blowing up under your vehicle. Then you come back half crazy, then people don't want to listen to you and think you don't know what you're talking about. I told thousands of people on the internet this morning, I said, this ain't what you want, man. I said, have you seen the terrain in Venezuela? I said, have you seen how these houses are stacked up on the side of the mountains and the cliffs, surrounded by forest and jungle, and you come down? Man, get out of here, man.
You ain't going to fight no jungle. You ain't going to fight no jungle.
No, the rumble in the jungle was for Ali and Frazier, not Galloway. Them days, listen, y'all better see. Listen, but what I want to call and say before I got off here, though, you need to explain to me how the incoming mayor was down there partying with the lady boys
on
New Year's Eve.
What?
The incoming mayor was on Frenchman Street partying with the lady boys. What's going on in New Orleans?
We're partying with the lady boys.
Yeah.
Wait, man, you got me on that one. I'm lost. I'm sorry.
Miss Frida and Miss Don Lennon. That's who Kalina was down there partying with.
Yeah, she was there.
Yeah. Was it the men all pause, or was it bumping and grinding, or was it hey boy hey? You let me know.
I'm hanging up now. I ain't playing with you.
All right, brother, take it easy.
Hey, Galloway. Oh Lord, I didn't know what he was talking about. I cannot play with him. He made me laugh too much. Well, she went to their party. Did y'all go to his party? Anybody went to his party? I'm talking about Don Lemon's party. Anybody go? I didn't go. But anyway. Well, I just don't understand how we get into this situation the way that we are now. And supposedly nobody knew about him. And now they are having all of these senators and congresspersons come forward mad because they want to inform. And his example of that, when somebody said something to him about that on the plane, was, we just didn't inform everybody because we didn't want any leaks. What? We didn't want any leaks and justify it. But the Delta Force guys had been practicing how they were going to take over that compound, had one built. And they've been practicing for this for over a month now. JJ.
Hey there, man.
What's going on with you?
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hey, man, the Mike Award celebration was wonderful. His, as you were talking about, I saw you, but I couldn't get to you. His two older sons playing the violin, the younger son doing the liturgical dance, him getting a proclamation or whatever it's called from the congressman. It was really nice. Mm-hmm. And then for his pastor, Anthony John Marie, to pretty much say what he said to black men, go get checked.
Yep.
Or if the doctor tells you to do something, slow down. You got to slow down. So I want to thank his wife, Lindsay, for allowing that to be said, because it was sending a message for us to do better. And then in reference to this, wow, how many wars is this president how many countries is he gonna mess with simultaneously? And where the hell is Congress?
Good question. I mean, I thought they were supposed to be at least informed or making a decision, since they are a branch of government.
I thought, according to the Constitution, the body to decide to go to war is Congress.
Supposedly, they can't go to war unless there is a conversation and Congress is involved. But they saying that they're not even involved. Now I hear there's a conversation about him being impeached. Well, we've seen that before.
bruh. Yo, man, this is very scary. Hey, man, I'm gonna hang up and listen, but people need to start thinking now. Now what if we done pissed China off? Because China, I believe, get their oil from Venezuela. People, pay attention. Hey, man, I'm gonna hang up and listen.
All right, Jed. Thanks, brother. All right, 504-582-9422. I'm thrown back. I don't even know what to say about it. That's why I just said we're gonna let everybody else talk about this one. Because I can sit up here and make up a whole bunch of stuff. And notice what I said. I didn't say tell you what's gonna happen, but make up a whole bunch of stuff. Because there's too many different scenarios. But what has been interesting about this is the conversation pieces from our government saying we did an excellent job, man. What's not being told is the number of people that got killed in this exercise. And while he was on the plane headed back somewhere with all of his minions, he's telling everybody that nobody from the United States got hurt at all. Oh, but they did shoot up a helicopter, but nobody got hurt. I'm sorry. What? But anyway, more coming up, folks. Y'all hold tight. Get your calls in, 504-582-9422, because we got to talk about these crime stats that came in for New Orleans. We'll talk about that in a minute, y'all. More next.
Norman Robinson is back.
Can you hear me now?
And he's taking no prisoners.
Can you hear me now?
Each weekday, Norman Robinson brings you commentary with Off the Top.
The incident was shocking, disturbing, disgusting, disappointing, and sad.
Each weekday, Off the Top with Norman Robinson is heard exclusively right here.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
Meet Leanna, a part-time chef and full-time mom. In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think. Maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com.
This is The Law in Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton. Comparing the cost of wills, successions, and trusts.
A will might only be a few $100s, but your family could end up paying more in legal fees.
Trust costs more upfront, but saves time, stress, and potentially thousands.
Think of it as paying a little now to avoid a big bill later. Smart planning means big savings for your family. This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
WBOK.
Better pay attention.
Powered by Cox Business. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. All the folks in New Orleans has been talking about, and we've been celebrating it for the last year and a half. Oh, it looks like crime and murder's down. Murder's down. Crime's down. It's down. It's down. It's down. I gotta be down. I'm like, what? It's down, 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 down.
Get down, get down.
It's your first day back. Don't ruin it.
I ain't nothing else.
Don't ruin it.
I just said it.
It's your first day back.
Yep.
Don't ruin it.
No, it's ruined. It's already ruined.
Why your mouth shaped like that, bro? You almost looking like Tyrone Hughes.
It's already.
Y'all, I can't do that. I don't want nobody looking at me doing that. Because the way he do it, oh my God.
Nobody can beat the way Tyrone does it.
I know, but it's disgusting.
Disgustingly funny.
It's funny, but he know better. He know better. I said, oh, bro, I thought you going straight to hell for that. But anyway, they just provided these crime statistics with ongoing decrease in homicides. And what has been told to us is that the number of homicides for the city of New Orleans has been going down to the point where we're at 50% since 2022. I said, oh, that's wonderful. 50%. That means half of the folks that we have seen get into some type of issue with guns, murder, the whole deal. So our murder rate has dropped by 50% since 2022. So why do you sound like that, Gerod? I sound this way because that's not what I know. So when we start talking homicides, when there is a person that we know got killed, or as we say in the Ninth Ward, killed with a T. Well, we know that someone was murdered, killed. We can consider that a homicide, correct? So my question in this scenario of good news, and everybody just stood there and nobody really said anything, and I said, okay. It says that the outline of claims that are ongoing, those decreases in New Orleans murder rate, show that homicides are dropping. They are dropping by 50% since 2022, right? But here's my issue with that. I would love to be the one standing on the side with the pom-poms and the cheerleaders and all this saying, give me a new, give me Orleans, cheering you on. But we didn't include in that number, as we said 50%, we didn't include in that number of people that got killed in New Orleans. Well, what are you talking about? We did not include the folks that were a part of that New Year's celebration on Bourbon Street when folks got run over by a truck. And the man that did it was also killed. Those 13, 14 people that got killed were not included. In the numbers. What? No, they were not. They were killed. But they were not included in our homicide rate. Which makes me a little leery to say, oh, yeah. Because I think that they should have been included. I do. I think they should be included. They were killed. That was a homicide. Is there something different that I should know? I'm just trying to figure that part out. Is there something different that we should know that they were not included. And she's here.
I'm here.
How art thou?
I am doing fantastic.
Welcome
G.
to the program, of course, Dr. Shepard, and Happy New Year to you.
Yes, Happy New Year to
Because
you too, G.
I hadn't seen you for a whole year.
I'm just realizing
Not for a
that.
whole year, but for a different year. How about
Yeah,
that?
this year.
How you been? How was your New Year's celebration?
My New Year's was good. I told you I wound up bringing it in with my family, like I said.
I told everybody that was you out there popping the firecrackers, messing up the whole neighborhood. Didn't clean up your mess afterwards.
No comment. Okay. I have no comment about that.
So I was getting into a conversation piece. It was just starting because I wanted to wait till you got here because I did want to bring that up because I know you want to talk about this Venezuela thing.
Yes, you know it.
I already know. Well, no, I don't go there
I
yet.
was in the car talking back to you.
What I was really wanting to make sure that I said something about this was the fact that we have the new stats that came out from the NOPD that talks about the murder rate, all the different other categories for crime through the city of New Orleans. And they were telling us that the murder rate for the city of New Orleans is like 50% down. And in that number, it made me ask some questions, and especially made me ask questions about the New Year's Eve celebration for 2024 into 2025. Those folks that got killed, the 14, they were not included. They were not included. And it made me go, they were murdered.
Right. Is it something different because it's domestic terrorism?
I don't know, but it's still killed. They were killed here.
Yeah.
And if somebody died, if somebody that got hit and has some complications from murder, like if let's say that by any chance I got shot, somebody was trying to kill me and I got
not
shot.
You, G.
Yeah, I didn't want to put nobody else in there. Well, we can use
a
WIC.
person. No, we can't
Yes, we
use
can.
WIC. Don't use WIC. Just say a person.
No, I won't use WIC. Somebody shot him, right?
The violence of this conversation, I didn't do it, WIC.
He don't mind. He don't care. Look at it looking. But then, anyway, if he got shot,
okay,
and he survived,
yes,
okay.
Well, look at you.
But then later,
oh Lord,
he had complications and died.
Okay, is that included?
Even if it was next year,
is that included?
It would go into that year's statistics of murder. And I was saying to myself, why is this not included? If somebody survived the terror attack, but yet in another time and place, they died from their complications from that incident, they get included in the murder rate for that year. So I'm like, why wouldn't we include that number? Or is this bragging rights? I just didn't understand it.
That's so interesting. You know what you sound like? You know when Charlie Kirk, like in his last little statement,
I know you
he
just
was
didn't
like,
compare me to Charlie
with
Kirk.
or without gang violence. Remember? You
Damn, I made Charlie Kirk status. Oh, Lord. We was all right till you came in.
Okay, but yeah, that is interesting. And you wonder if it's like an intentional fudging of those numbers, or are they included elsewhere? I don't know. I don't know how that count is supposed to go. Plus, if it's factored in, how would that change the percentage?
It would change the percentage because of the fact that you're putting 14 people, including the person that got killed, that did the incident because he got shot and he got killed. He died. You would have to include those folks in that number. So the more that you add to the number, the higher your statistics are.
Right. I'm saying I wonder by how much that would raise the statistics.
14, it should be pretty high.
How many murders were there? Do you have
I'm
the number?
waiting for him to give me the
actual statistics.
Yeah.
See, that's why I love it, G, because
you want to do it after we come back from break?
You do data, you know?
Yeah, but I mean,
you come with the hard stats.
It just makes me ask the question. People don't like when they say stuff and then you come back and follow up and be like, well, I need to know about this. And they were like, well, take our word for it. No, I don't want to take your word for it because you got to look good. I'm trying to make sure you're telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to make sure that we're asking the right questions. People don't like you to question them. Just because you wear a badge or some type of uniform, that don't mean jack doo-doo to me.
Right.
I'm not asking you this for your uniform. I'm asking you for the truth.
Right. We need to know.
Yeah. All right, y'all, we're going to take a break here. We'll take the break. We'll come back. More in just a minute, y'all. Everybody hold tight.
Campus of Xavier University. WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Morgan Wood with BIN News Now. Hundreds of Louisiana National Guard troops are arriving in New Orleans despite city council data showing the number of reported crimes is down 16% from last year. Guard members will assist police with security in the French Quarter for New Year's Eve, at the Sugar Bowl, and during Mardi Gras. A Florida branch of the NAACP is demanding Clay County School Board member Robert Alvaro to step down over comments he made about the African American community in a Facebook Live video. The civil rights group called the remarks racist, harmful, and wholly incompatible with the responsibility of serving a diverse public school system. And Snoop Dogg was joined by the K-pop Demon Hunters for his holiday halftime show on Netflix as the Detroit Lions took on the Minnesota Vikings in Minneapolis on Christmas. The Vikings ended up beating the Lions 23-10. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. 504-582-9422 is our number. T-Bone.
Hey, man.
What's
okay,
happening?
real quick, because I ain't got much time.
You called me.
In terms of, Happy New Year to y'all, too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Happy New Year, T-Bone. You feeling better, huh?
yeah, I'm better. I'm dealing with a death in the family, but physically I'm better. Okay. So here's the deal with the murder in terms of the scenario that you gave, and unfortunately, I can speak on this because this happened to a relative. If somebody gets shot and they survive, it's not labeled as a homicide because they survived it. It's assault and battery in certain situations. It was a conspiracy to murder or kill, but it doesn't go in the homicide bucket. Okay,
Can't go in the homicide bucket if they are alive.
right.
But
So-
if they die of the complications from that person being shot, it's a homicide.
Right. But it goes on the year that they died, not the year that
That's
they
not
got
true.
shot.
That would be that it would be the year, not the year they got shot, but it would be for the year that if it was 2023 when it happened, if they die in 2025, it goes toward 2025.
Right. That's what I was telling you.
Okay.
Because that's what happened with my dad.
Right. We already know
He
that
got
part.
shot in 96, and then he survived till 98. And that's when it got labeled as a homicide. And the one boy that they popped for it, he ended up getting the murder charge. That's what happened with him. Now, in terms of the situation in the French Quarter last year, it's federal crime. Therefore, it doesn't go into our crime bucket locally. It goes under
it
federal crime.
Where you get that from?
Is it not a terrorist charge?
Huh?
Huh?
Is it
Is
what?
It not considered a terrorist? Isn't it not considered a terrorist act?
Right. But did it happen under our watch in our city?
It happened under our watch in our city, but the suspect caught federal charges. Therefore, it goes under their bucket. under the feds.
So
not
anytime that there is a murder in this city, we go by FBI statistics, which is federal. So if we
Okay.
go by federal statistics, that would be the same as the statistics that are given by the feds.
But because it's a federal charge, does it go under our crime rate or does it go under the federal
So
rate?
I thought you were telling me something. Are you asking me these different things, or is it something that you know?
As far as I know, it's a federal charge.
Okay, so
What
that
I'm
sentence
wondering
right
is
there,
whether or not
that sentence right
it
there
goes
makes me ask
the
that
local
question.
bucket.
Do
Does
you
it
know?
go under the local bucket or does it go federal?
Yeah, but you're making the same statement that I'm making. I'm asking the same question. I don't understand why it's not going up
I'm
under
thinking
that.
it's a federal bucket. Now I don't know offhand,
wouldn't have
but I
been.
think it's a federal bucket.
It wasn't 12/31/2024, right? Didn't it happen early in the morning
At 3 a.m.
of January 1st, 2025?
At 3 a.m.
Right. Right. But because it was a terrorist act, it was put under a federal charge.
So
and
what
they
was the
grabbed
charge?
the suspect.
But I'm asking you, is this something that you know? Or are you saying the same thing that I'm asking? Why?
I'm thinking it was a federal charge. I don't know specifically
But there's no
if
charge.
it should go under our bucket or not. But I'm thinking because it's federal, it doesn't go local.
So act of terrorism?
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, but it's still, to me,
Should count.
it should count.
Because there's still a death in the city.
Yep.
I can double check with my cop friends, but I'm pretty sure when it's federal, it's federal. Because it's almost the same thing with state crimes.
But I'm trying to let you know
I
that
have friends
anytime that
that
there's a
take
murder, it
and I-
is going under the FBI's statistic, which is a federal crime. It doesn't matter
Right.
if it's a terror attack or if it's a local. Even if somebody got shot and killed on Bourbon Street just because, it still goes under the FBI's statistics.
Right, but
which is
when
federal.
When it comes to our crime rates, when they talk about crime has gone down,
Mm-hmm.
is that the local reports or is that the federal reports?
Well, I'm
You get what I'm saying?
getting messages right now. I can't tell you who sent me this, but they know. And the last part of that, they're saying the 13 victims of terror
Right.
should have been included.
Okay. So what we're saying, what we're seeing, is that they massage those numbers.
Yep.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say wow. I should be like, really?
So I was
Because I'm
saying,
not surprised.
all 14 of them because, and I got corrected on that part, which I can understand because they're saying the police officers who ended up shooting the guy that did the shooting or hitting everybody, they were justified in their actions because of the fact that's their job to lower the threat.
Right.
Or put down the threat. So that wouldn't be considered homicide.
Right.
But as far as the other people that got hit and killed, they should have been in those numbers. And my question is, and I think that everybody should be asking the same question, because it is printed by the city's actual paper, which is NOLA.com Times-Picayune. It is printed today that our murder rate from 2022 to now is 50% lower. It can't be if you got 13 folks that have not even been considered homicide victims.
Here's the bigger question. What other numbers have been massaged out of those numbers?
So the other thing, too, that I'm going to end up doing is calling and having a conversation with the coroner. Because I know there's one thing that Dr. Dwight McKenna ain't going to do, and that's fudge nothing. He ain't going to fudge it. He ain't going to go through that. So my question is, how many other deaths have been called or considered unclassified? They have not been considered classified as a murder, homicide, or nothing. And the reason I know that happens every year is because they don't want everybody to know those real numbers.
I got the numbers, I think.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Now, this is from Handy Dandy Google and also enhanced by AI. Okay. The reason for your data center in northern Louisiana. Okay. It says change from 2024. It is a 3% decrease in total murders or a 14% decrease when excluding the New Year's Day attack. And the decrease is from 2024. So from 2024, if we do not include the New Year's Day deaths, then it would be a 14% decrease.
But why would we not? Because that's intentional, right?
Yes.
Indeed.
And if we do not, then it is a 3% decrease.
Okay. What does this say?
So 14%, 3%.
What does this say underneath this?
That says, Ann Kirkpatrick outlines what the NOPD claims is an ongoing decrease in the New Orleans murder rate, with homicides dropping 50% since 2022.
Right.
So that's from 2022, and this statistic is just from 2024. So from 2020, why would they pick 2022? Was that like the highest?
That's when she took over.
Really?
Trying to give a range, yeah.
Okay, so from her taking over, it's gone down 50%. Oh, look, is that from when Woodfork took over? Look, come on now. What? I need clarity around my statistics.
That part.
Is what of that is then factored in from when Woodfork took over and it started falling, right? Because remember, she had us go weeks without homicides. So the murder rate started falling, and then Kirkpatrick came in and took over what Woodfork was already doing.
I would give her credit and say about it then, but somebody gonna go back until I said something about on the ad.
Something nice.
No. No. So I'd rather not just say nothing.
Okay, well, I'm just speaking statistically. You know, I gotta do my thing that way. Is that then if they're trying to only go to 2022 because of her, I would then wonder about 2021 because of Woodfork. And anyway, that is 50%. And then from last year, 2024 would be 14% if we exclude the New Year's Day. And then if we include them, it's only a 3% drop from 2024.
Always some trickery, boy. Always some trickery.
I just don't like the fudging of the numbers.
I don't either. Tell the truth or don't tell it at all.
I mean, this is just more fudging to me. I'm sorry.
That's how people make statistics work for them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They massage the numbers. But this whole scenario reminds me of The Wire. Remember when the cat was trying to get his numbers down in his district and he massaged them? And he ended up with Amsterdam? Yeah. That's what this reminds me of. All right. Take it easy.
All right, T-Bone.
Thank you, T-Bone.
All right.
All right. D.
Would you say that, G?
What's going on with you?
I'm all right, man. Happy New Year
to
everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
I hate to go back to your other topic, G, but this is bigger than the president of the United States, man. On Venezuela. If you got your Google device handy, I want you to go to Google and I want you to type in Roosevelt corollary. COROLLARY.
Yes.
When you go down to the justification for intervention, this is a policy that the United States implemented in 1823 with the Monroe Doctrine, and then they reinforced it with the dollar corollary, where they wanted to protect all interests in Latin America, and the interest that they were trying to protect at that time, they had already had plans to build a Panama Canal and open up trade with China. So to do that, they decided that we needed to keep out all European influence.
Yep.
So basically they drew an imaginary line and told Europe, y'all stay over there, we'll stay out of y'all business, and y'all stay out of our business over here, right?
That's that Monroe Doctrine.
Yes, and then we had to reinforce it, with some teeth. So that's where we came with the Roosevelt corollary in 1904. And then if you look at you Google it, it says key aspects for the Roosevelt corollary. It says justification for intervention. The corollary was developed in response to crises like the Venezuela crises of 1902 to 1903, where European powers threatened to use force to collect debts from Latin American nations. And right now what's going on, Venezuela is the new geopolitical chessboard, and the United States does not have a secure deal with the Saudis anymore. So to keep the American dollar in some kind of shape, because it's in desperate straits right now with all of the dollars that we've printed since the year 2000, and the United States we cannot allow that resource or that resource-rich region fall under the influence of Russia and China. So it doesn't matter who the president was. In the interest of the United States of America, they were going to do what they had to do.
And that's to make sure that the dollar stays valuable and
because
not fall.
Because after we exited Bretton Woods, which when the dollar was backed by gold, when the dollar was at its strongest, when we exited the gold-backed dollar, we entered into the petrodollar. So around the world, the United States had a deal with all of the major oil-producing countries that they would only export oil in U.S. dollars. That's what gave our dollar international value. Now you look at the moves that China has made since the United States exited Russia out of the SWIFT, the international SWIFT system. These countries, especially the BRICS nations have gotten together to try to say that the United States has now used the dollar as a weapon, so we need to protect ourselves economically. So all of them are moving away from the dollar.
They all doing their own currency.
Right. So to keep our strategic position, I hate to say it, and it's just it's the lesser of a greater evil. It was either go to Venezuela and secure those oil reserves or go to war. You pick one.
And that's the same reason why they were going to Nigeria, attacking Nigeria, because Nigeria is also a country that has a lot of oil.
Right, because they're playing chess. So we know if we that, like you said correctly, that plan with the building of that facility and the ops that they were already running before they actually took action, that was years in the making, right? So it's chess. So we know we're going to go to Venezuela, but before we go to Venezuela, we're going to anticipate the next move. If we go to Venezuela and capture that, then their next move is Nigeria. So we're going to go to Nigeria and then we go to Venezuela.
Yep.
I thought those sanctions that were put on these different countries, I thought that's what the sanctions was about.
The sanctions were to keep them poor and isolated.
Right.
And
so if I keep you poor and isolated, then your value of your currency does not reach the value of U.S. dollar.
Right.
As long as you play ball with us.
But what they're
as long as you play ball, we are good.
As long as what?
As long as you play
ball. As long as you play ball with the United States, you're good. But then when you start operating outside
you ain't playing
of the
ball
dollar,
with the United States. That's why I put sanctions on you.
Yes, they wind up getting sanctions,
you
but
outside of the dollar.
Remember that what the sanctions are supposed to do is that it isolates that country and it makes it so that what they try to do is bring pain to the country, so that the people inside of it will overthrow and topple that regime and then allow the United States to come in. It's the same thing that we did inside of Cuba. So because Venezuela is sitting on oil, we want the oil. And if we wind up getting access to it either through colonization or through public-private partnerships, and it's probably going to be a build-out of all of those things, then we wind up being able to have vast oil reserves, and we can funnel that in through the market. Now it's ours. So those sanctions are going to go down because now we've bought democracy to Venezuela, and no longer are they going to be socialistic in terms of their oil reserves. The whole reason why they get the sanctions is because they nationalize their oil.
But that has not worked in any other country when we do that to them.
Exactly.
Right.
And it creates mass migration, and it actually makes the countries poorer.
So the migration has already happened because now you have those folks from Venezuela that don't know what's going to happen next that are now trying to go to Colombia.
Exactly. So to me, this is the thing that also goes behind all of the immigration that we've seen come inside the country, period. When people start talking about, well, why the Mexicans can't stay in their country, they don't realize that because of our interventions all throughout Latin America, we make it so that all of those countries wind up with instability. And then the countries that do get instability are the ones that wind up nationalizing something, like Chavez did with the oil reserves, or like Fidel Castro did with sugar, or whatever. They wind up nationalizing, but then the United States creates embargoes and sanctions to isolate those people. And sometimes they are able to work together and sometimes they're not. And all of that winds up going toward the credit of us eventually, and it helps to bolster our dollar. So it is all for oil, and also in order to keep our currency afloat. Because with BRICS forming, that's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of those markets are trying to find a common currency, and they've decided, because of Trump, that they are no longer going to trade inside of dollars as much as they can. They're going to figure out how to trade only through their local currency. And so that means that we wind up losing dominance. Additionally, with other things that's happened inside the United States, I think the Saudis said that they wanted to step away from the petrodollar as well. And when I saw something online that had the United States trades like 34 billion barrels of oil, and Venezuela has something like 638 billion barrels of oil. So, they're 5x, 6x, and what it is that we have.
Right.
So they want that. And that's in the same thing with Nigeria. That's the reason why right before Maduro was captured, he said, I'm willing to strike a deal with the United States. And they still took him out.
And he was in court today, and Maduro let them know very quickly that I was not doing anything wrong, which he's going to automatically say. It's not that I was trying to sell cocaine or drugs into the United States or shipping in there. I am the president of Venezuela.
It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with the drugs.
Nope.
It's just that the United States needs those resources as global leverage. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Mm-hmm.
They need it for global leverage.
Right. Mm-hmm. I agree.
And he made it certain that he repeated some international laws in court today. I forgot exactly what they called it. But
it doesn't matter because the United States had already sent out as long as they sent out that Roosevelt corollary, that's how it's gonna go down.
Yep.
Right.
Whatever in the best interest of us.
It's U.S. imperialism at its finest.
Absolutely.
And it has nothing to do with drugs, because if it was about drugs, they would be going after the Mexican cartels. But they're not about to touch them like that. They're not about to go in and take down the leader of Mexico.
Underground economy. You can't touch the underground economy.
Right. So it's not really about any of those things. And additionally, we had Trump was with Netanyahu over the New Year break.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, it just reeks of
And doesn't
that
he have a warrant?
type of, okay, so if we could go in there and get Maduro, then we could definitely go and get Netanyahu. He's an actual war criminal.
Don't need
and
to
now
get him.
Trump is an actual war criminal.
Don't need to go get him because he comes to visit Trump.
Right.
You come into the White
He
House.
can slap the cuffs on him right
there at
next
the White
to him.
House. Yep. So
Okay.
And he has been considered an international crime czar. Where they pick him, they should be able to say
A crime czar, a genocide czar.
We're gonna arrest you if you go to certain countries.
Right.
So it is
And
what
then,
it is.
and then to switch back to your other topic that you were currently on. That's just to justify your budget. You cop and please to keep the budget as it is or increase the budget. That's what those fudging of the crime statistics are. Because like you said, why only focus on 22?
Yeah, I mean, well, I understood that part about 22. 22, 23, 24, her numbers. That's her numbers. There are nobody else's numbers. That's what she took over. So they wanted to look at her numbers. Now, I understand the previous administration, the interim administration, did have a part to do with 22, 23. But
it was their plan.
But this is her baby now.
Okay, well, if you want to play that game, own up to the fact that you didn't know we had the ballots.
Right.
Didn't know you had the what?
That caused the ballots. Remember, she said she didn't know we had the ballots that would have prevented that
the terrorist
act
attack
that happened on Bourbon Street.
John, she didn't know. I was
Remember
I
she
was
said
out
that
there when she was
publicly.
out there. She didn't know. She didn't know the she didn't
So
know the
own it.
resources
So own
that
that
this
then.
police department had, because she put
So-
people
so
that were
it's-
in place that did not know how to operate this type of incident.
Right. So own it.
And I don't
And
think
that's where we
I
at.
don't think that they know now.
Right. Own it. Right. So own it. But again, this is all about money as well. Again.
Yep. All of it's about money. So, all right,
Yes,
my
sir.
brother. Good to hear from you, D.
Thank you.
All right now.
All right, more coming up, y'all. Everybody, hold tight. Terry, hold tight.
I was just about to say.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityWealthManagement.com. Offscript Media has its eyes on the future of content. It's a vertically integrated and creator-powered media and commerce company that views itself as a one-stop shop for someone making content. Datavio Samuels is CEO of Offscript, and he says the company is focused on content creators in social.
Yeah, look, I think that social is the number one platform that matters. It's where all of the world's attention is. So often you're finding these people because they are popping or doing something really incredible in social. But when it comes to how can you help monetize them, how can you build them, do they have real proof points that they can create long-form content that can sustain attention? YouTube is that space.
Offscript is charting new territory, taking the more traditional idea of an A&R at a record label and updating it for the digital age. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to say
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
As this year comes to a close, I want to end on a note of confidence. Confidence in our country, confidence in our people, and confidence in the democratic ideals that have guided us for nearly 2.5 centuries. There are voices today predicting the collapse of democracy, warning that authoritarianism is inevitable, and suggesting that the American experiment is nearing its end. I am not among them. I have listened carefully to the mood of the country in conversations, in communities, and across generations, and I find that the majority of Americans remain deeply committed to the ideals established by our forefathers in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Those who fear that the greatest social experiment in the history of mankind is on the brink of dissolution may not be students of our history. This nation has endured some of humanity's darkest chapters and survived them, not because we were perfect, but because we were persistent. We began with the near destruction of Native American nations. We endured the moral stain of slavery, followed by a brutal civil war that tested whether this union could survive at all. We lived through the cruelty of Jim Crow, the exclusion and demonization of immigrants, the systematic suppression of women's voices, and the ongoing struggle for equal access to the ballot for communities of color. These injustices were not anomalies, they were defining tests, and at each turning point, progress was pushed forward by ordinary people who refused to surrender the promise of freedom and justice for all. Progress did not arrive quickly, quietly, or without sacrifice, but it arrived because the majority of Americans ultimately chose principle over fear and inclusion over division. That is the enduring strength of this nation. Not blind optimism, but hard-earned resilience. Not perfection, but a shared belief that we can and must do better. Democracy has always been noisy, contentious, and fragile, yet it has proven remarkably durable because it is sustained by citizens who understand that its survival depends on their participation, vigilance, and courage. So as we look to the future, I remain hopeful, not because the challenges before us are small, but because our capacity to confront them has been proven time and again. We are held together by the quiet decency of millions who still believe in the rule of law, the dignity of every human being, and the promise of equal justice under that law. And as we continue this unfinished journey, we would do well to remember the words written by theologian Theodore Parker and made popular by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. This is Norman Robinson, Off the Top.
I'm David Patan Sr., owner of Whole Water and Food Over Medicine Academy, coach, consultant, and instructor. We're excited about our 21-day challenge. Stop, prevent, and reverse disease today. Cholesterol, diabetes type 2, high blood pressure, along with chronic illnesses and diseases. We believe that the gift of wellness is the greatest gift, and for $30 per month, $1 a day, you could have this gift for you and your family.
I'm Phyllis Washington, and I've benefited with health and weight loss.
For your gift of $30, healing and wellness can be yours. Call 504-701-4711. That's 504-701-4711. The Whole Water Store. See you at 2135 Washington Avenue today.
This is The Law and Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton. Losing a loved one is tough enough. Do you really want your family dealing with court battles and paperwork on top of it?
Whether you choose a will or a trust, think ahead. Take care of your family. Let them focus on healing instead of headaches. This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks.
Good thing the mics didn't cut on
that was something.
a few seconds
I
earlier.
did tell her that. I did tell her, hey, Krista Coleman. I did tell her that. Rubber dub dub. I gave her the look, too. We back. Just cutting up. Dr. Shepard in the building and Terry on line one. What you say, boss?
Hey, Gerard and Dr. Shepard, how y'all doing?
Hey, Terry, we doing well. How you?
All right. Happy New Year.
Same to you, boss.
Okay, I'm going to be real brief. It's 2 points. Eerily listening to a conversation between the last, few callers about the war, or at least the United States, going after Venezuela. It's almost like, Dr. Shepard included in the last call, this sounds like Japan when Japan attacked the United States over oil, because the United States had cut off their supply. Basically, wouldn't give them no oil to continue their war machine in Indochina. And once, they realized Japan said, okay, y'all not going to give us no more oil, so we're gonna take it. So it almost eerily sounds like that World War II was over oil.
Mm-hmm. I hear that. I was gonna also say about the topic of Venezuela that also in Hillary Clinton's emails. Okay, now I know that this sounds very Republican-ish, but it's true. Inside of her emails, when they went to go kill Gaddafi, they had found emails that explained that they thought that Gaddafi was one of the biggest threats to national security because he was going to create his own currency.
Right.
But in that same letter, they outlined about 9 countries that they all thought were also hostile toward the United States in terms of them not accepting the banking agreements. And so not having a central bank also places them on the list. And Venezuela is one of those countries. They didn't have a central bank, and so they were on the list. Also, those countries that Trump placed on the ban list, some of those are also the countries that they outlined that what they wanted to do was to use September 11th to be able to go into those countries in Africa at that time. And because the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq just kept going on so unsuccessfully, they weren't able to then implant themselves deeper in the ways that they wanted to. Another country that was on that list was not just Libya, but also Syria. And Venezuela is another one of those. So I just feel like when we look through colonial history or the United States imperial history, we are able to see the traces of eventually what's going to come out now. And we can probably name some of the other countries that are going to be on the chopping block just from going through that list and seeing what were the 9 countries that they named.
But wasn't this also the same issue when there was a question about what type of currency everybody's going to use, and now all of a sudden here comes Bitcoin? Mm-hmm. Nobody could trace it. Nobody could use it to know what you're going to do with it. There was no standard that anybody could find it if I did want to use it. That's why we saw in countries using currency that did not have their own currency. They wanted to use Bitcoin, or when we saw there was terrorists that were demanding payments. They were not demanding payments in American currency or any other country's currency. They were demanding payments in Bitcoin.
But Bitcoin is traceable. It's just not as traceable, but it is traceable. They have a guy, he actually made Bitcoin untraceable by he created an app where he would put the transactions inside of pools, and transactions would go at one time, and it would be random how it would be dispersed amongst similar transactions. And so it would be inside these buckets. And he created an app that did that, and the federal government came in and shut him down, and he's about to go to prison. So when you actually make Bitcoin untraceable, that is a problem. So they say that it's not traceable, but it is. It's just a matter of it being more difficult to trace because you can see the exchange between 2 wallets.
Okay, Gerard, the last part of what y'all was talking about, the city, the crime, I'm asking a question for both of y'all. I just want to see y'all address it, and I'm going to hang up and listen. The question is, what brought down, which I'm happy about it, what brought down the crime reduction? And I'm going to hang up and listen.
Wait a minute, don't hang up. Explain what you mean.
I'm saying they said that for the last 3 years, the crime has went down. What caused it? What caused the crime to go down? Because at one time, it looked like the crime was out of control. And now all of a sudden, the crime is down, which I'm happy about it. But I'm like, what caused it to go down?
So I think there's several different things here. If we start looking at crime reduction, there are issues of crime reduction that have never really received credit. One of those things that we saw have credit. There's been nobody in the city. I don't care who was the leader of the police department. There's been nobody at that point that could take crime down 50%. There was only one person in the entire city in the time that I've been here for the last 30 years that took crime in all categories down by 30% as far as the leader is concerned. Now, those men and women with the police department did the job, but it was only one police chief. And he left here after Mark Morial left here. It was Mark Morial's police chief.
Talking about Pennington.
Pennington. He was the only one. Everybody else was working from that number. Now, as far as the crime in the last couple of years going down, I would tell you from what we saw statistically that wasn't just here. That was nationwide that the numbers were going down. But everybody wanted to take credit for it.
Yeah, so I'm with you, G. I was a step ahead with my Google. I went and I looked it up, and it said the change from 2022 to 2023 by FBI data of national statistics, it was down 11.6%, and then the next year it was down 14.9%.
National.
So that means that it's down about 25% 26% nationally already. So half of that is just what's already happening around the nation.
So what was done, and Terry, I can say this with confidence in saying it, that was nationally that we saw those numbers go down, but then everybody locally started saying, yeah, since I've been in leadership, the numbers gone down. Because I'm going to take credit for it.
Man, we should have been in office.
But Gerard, and Dr. Shepard, what was the cause of it? I mean, was there were more arrests? I mean, they still look like, to me, I noticed the uptick in felony arrests, it started. At one time, we like, if you had a felon, you could get away from the police for almost years and years. But now all of a sudden, it look like, they went after more felons versus that. What's
I
your
think
take on that?
technology changed. I had the opportunity of seeing it in certain police departments, even the sheriff's department. Technology changed. When that technology changed, you had more of an informational highway that you could see. And those folks like the U.S. Marshals and stuff like that, if you ever hear that you're being searched or looked for by the U.S. Marshals, just go ahead on and turn yourself in, because they're gonna find you.
Also, it's saying online that the fall was so sharp because during the pandemic there was a rise. So we're kind of like coming back down to where we would have been before COVID levels.
Now, I will say this too, Terry. We need to, as a city, be prepared that if we see this budget get cut to the point where services that are being provided for those guys and young ladies that have been in some type of trouble, that we got resources now that we can keep them off the street, or we see a lot of programs that help kids and mothers and fathers that need that help, they got to get it some way. They're going to get it some way, and you're going to probably see crime rise. Because if we're not helping them, who are they going to turn to?
They're going to turn to the street.
Going to turn to the street. So there may possibly, now I'm not saying and predicting it, but I do think that those folks that are making the decisions need to look at what programs that you're getting ready to cut the budget on and that really helped the men and women or these young kids out here before you cut it. I was listening to a couple of things, and actually I have the opportunity to walk through to look at the budgeting for and see what we're getting ready to do for budgeting for the jail. And I keep hearing that they're going to cut the budget $10 million. I'm like, how they going to operate? And you got another ward that's getting ready to come on, the mental health ward, and they don't have any employees yet. And you got a hiring freeze.
My God, how much money did they spend building that jail?
$100 million. On a contractor that built the other jail, the other part of the jail
that they say is so
saying is bad. But they let him. Now this
I wish I could double up on that kind of contract.
All right, so let me tell you how this happened. Well, I know too much stuff, and I'd be like, let me shut up.
Come on, just say it, G. Tell us.
So the city ended up suing the contractor because of the faults of what he built. So the law states that if you have any type of lawsuit or something of that, or you're being sued you can't get a city contract. So the contractor knew that this other part was getting ready to come up. He met with them and just settled it.
He gotta be somebody cousin, a frat brother.
Okay, so
something.
since he settled it, guess what he did?
Went and put in his bid.
Put in his bid for it.
Was it a big contract or was it a no big?
It was a big contract. It was a big contract, but guess what? Only had one person to bid for it. Him.
I would have did it for $90 million.
And everybody be like, well, the sheriff did this and sheriff did that. Sheriff sued him too. She was like, we don't know. No, because she didn't sign that contract. The city council signed that contract. And they tried to blame it on her. But y'all signed the contract.
New Orleans is a trip.
She was like, I didn't sign the contract. Y'all had that done before I was even in office.
Before she was in office.
Right.
And then she sued not to do it. And then they said
she had to do it. Yep, they forced her to do it. And I'm
all right, Gerard and Dr. Show, that's all I got.
All right, Terry. We was going in.
All right. Have a good one.
You too,
All
brother.
right, you too. We got to get to the bottom of things.
I'm like, there's so much stuff. Boy, if I sat down there, I should write a book.
Speaking of which.
I should write a book, too.
Speaking of which, my book comes out tomorrow, G. Where's that?
Help us, Jesus.
The book comes out tomorrow.
How you feeling about it?
I am very excited, happy, fulfilled, glad that it's finally here for us to be able to put our hands on it and actually read it, and I get a chance to share it with the city and the world. So I'm excited.
So I was looking. You did give me kudos.
You saw that you were in the acknowledgments.
I told you, I was going back through it. So
yes.
I was like, look at little boo boo.
Yes. I got you. I got you in there. Mm-hmm.
But how did you? And I'm trying to put this in the right place.
Okay.
How did you feel when people started calling you and saying, "Hey, I ordered it"?
I felt amazing. I'm happy to be able to get that feedback because, you write these kinds of things and it's just you and the computer and you're running it past people. I presented at all of these different conferences. I met with folks and got their stories, and I feel like I'm a guardian of the stories people gave me. But then also I want to make sure that it goes out into the world. I want to make sure that people are in the city reading it because in my mind, when I started grad school, that's what I started it for.
But you're doing discussions, right?
Yeah.
You're doing community discussions.
I'm doing community discussions. I'm going to wind up having the book release party, I believe, on February 26th. So let me just hammer down that date right after Mardi Gras. I got to make sure we get past that. And I'm planning a few other things. I also am supposed to be speaking at ASALH, the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. I believe that's January 22nd. So something on January 22nd, something on February 26th, and I'll keep people posted. And I'll do something like post it inside the chat and, post it on your page and everything like that. But I'm very happy and excited to finally have the book out and to allow people to be able to hear my claims and my ideas and my way of thinking to see how they feel and if they see the same.
Yeah, I think you should do a lot of community events. And maybe even do a live event online.
Yeah, we got to talk too, G, because that segues into some other business that I have with you. But the book comes out January 6th. Also, I have a discount code that I put in the chat.
January 6th.
Of all days. It's the perfect day for it.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Yeah, and guess
we
what?
fighting against colonialism. It's the perfect day.
And my daughter's birthday is January 6th, too.
Uh-oh. Shout out to her.
So she'll be on the show tomorrow. All right, y'all, more coming up. We got to take a break.
AURN News.
I'm Ebony McMorris. Venezuela's ousted President Nicolas Maduro is due in a Manhattan federal court at noon today, just days after U.S. forces seized him in Caracas, flew him to New York to face drug trafficking and corruption charges. Prosecutors say Maduro ran a state-backed narco network that used Venezuelan government, military, and security services to move cocaine toward the U.S., while Trump is boasting that with Maduro gone, the U.S. now effectively owns Venezuela and openly tying that to control over the country's vast oil reserves, signaling the American energy companies should expect a central role in whatever government comes next. Now, on Capitol Hill, patience is thin as top Democrats say they were kept in the dark about the operation to oust Maduro and are demanding answers in a classified Gang of Eight briefing on how far President Trump intends to go and who actually gets to run Venezuela from here. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
This is Monica Pierre along with Sally Ann Roberts Daybone, co-host of Your Power is On.
Tune in Sunday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for music that feeds the spirit. Get your Sunday on.
Right here on WBOK 1230 a.m. and WBOK1230.com, the station you listen to all day long.
Meet Leanna,
a part-time chef and full-time mom. In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think. Maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. Debt Fix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for Debt Fix Pros. We called, and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now, and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call Debt Fix Pros right now at 800-311-5977. That's 800-311-5977. 800-311-5977.
WBOK. Online at WBOK1230.com. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all.
What's wrong?
You cutting up.
Huh?
It's because we at the last few minutes of the show that you choose to cut up.
Humana. Mm-hmm.
Wait, come get your boy.
Dr. Shepard in here cutting up real bad.
I am not.
Wait.
I ain't got no control over him.
Only thing that I can say in this conversation that did not make the airwaves is
I was the person saying that.
I was about to give you a clutch the pearls.
Look at how he's turning these tables.
Back to the little conversation.
Back to the conversation.
Tomorrow, congratulations.
Thank you. The book comes out. I just wanted to make sure I told people that on the Facebook Live, I dropped the discount code in. And if you missed it, you can also do it two ways. You can either go on my professor page, it's Professor Shepard on Instagram or Facebook. And my last post, it kind of tells you the discount code. You can get 30% off, which makes the book about $16 if you buy it straight from the press. So I dropped that. And you can also get the book on Amazon.com.
Good. Very good.
So.
Yeah, I'm glad you said January 6th because that's tomorrow.
Yeah, it is.
And it is Alexis's birthday tomorrow as well. So I got to make sure that I call my baby.
Congratulations to her.
You know how old is she going to be?
How old?
27.
Oh, my God.
Can you believe that, Wick? Did you see Wick?
He like, what?
27. I used to bring her with me to the radio station when we were over at Clear Channel. And used to bring her in her little seat that you sit in the car.
The little carrier.
Yeah. She used to come sit in my office, had her nook in her mouth, sitting on the desk watching Daddy work.
Oh, that's so
That seemed
sweet.
like yesterday.
And she came in and ran the station with you.
Sure did.
Did your show last week?
Mm-hmm.
Well, happy birthday to that young lady.
Did you bring Bob the Builder with you?
No. Oh.
What did they do for New Year's? Boy.
Played outside all day, and then we did do some fireworks. That's
I knew it.
But we did small fireworks.
I figured it out. Figured out who set the houses on fire.
Don't say that.
It was not the boys.
Do not say that.
It was not the boys.
Do not say that. No, we did small fireworks. I used to want to do the ones that tore up the whole sky and you could hear and it would shake and it'd be high. I used to want to do those, but I wound up with a bad experience.
At 2 a.m.
And I didn't want to do that.
At 2 a.m. I was telling Wick, I said, I don't know who did it.
No.
But now I do.
No, that was not me.
It was 2 a.m. and somebody set one of them big old bomb things between the two apartment complexes and set it off. And it made one of those kaboom noises.
my gosh.
Now I know.
That was not me. You see, I'm just hearing about it. That was not
You're a good actor.
me. We wound up doing like the little small things that kind of stayed low. I didn't do anything really big. Nothing that really even went too far off of the ground. I've changed the way that I do fireworks to try and keep it safe. Because I got a bad batch twice. One of the ones that like go around and go up by your neighbor's house and all that kind of stuff. I'm not doing that no more. So we did something small.
Was you driving the thing?
No, that's what I'm saying. It had a mind of its own.
That's what happens when you buy your fireworks off of Temu.
Oh, that's so wrong. I did not have Temu fireworks.
What's the other one? Sheen
fireworks.
You got Sheen fireworks?
Well, I feel sad for all of those people who lost their homes over the holiday.
Got to be Shane.
Man. Yes, someone should be. But you don't put that finger down.
I don't know who should be.
But no, we just we did that, and then like I told you, we brought in the new year with my dad, and we pray.
That's all right. That's all right.
Of course, we made our black eyed peas, cabbage, chicken, cornbread.
Your daddy cooked?
No, me. My boys did the cornbread. Oh wait, my dad did the.
I was waiting for her.
Hold on, wait. My dad did the black eyed peas, and he did the ham.
And what else?
That's it.
The cornbread.
That's it. No, I just did the cabbage. I didn't do as much this time.
Okay. Hey, Dad. I know.
Hey, Daddy.
So, as we get ready to get out of here too, this week I'm probably gonna have some great news.
Uh-oh.
Don't know yet.
Uh-oh.
Probably know by tomorrow. We'll have some news about some certain things that's happening.
Okay.
Not only that, but with this being the first week of January, tomorrow, which I tell everybody, my daughter's birthday is tomorrow. Your book release is tomorrow.
Yes.
And also tomorrow starts off carnival season.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Wow. How am I going to put all of that in one Instagram post?
You'll figure it out. I know you. I know you will.
I'm going to have the video of them storming the Capitol and then play, right? And then a picture of my book pops up. Like, I'm going to figure out a way to do it.
And have Lexa second lining?
Yeah. Yep. Tell her, send me a video.
We got to get out, huh? We got to go?
It's about that time.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for being a part of the show on today. Congratulations to Dr. Shepard on her book tomorrow. The release, everybody can get it. Then, of course, we want to make sure that we let everybody know that we're going to do some really good stuff with some of the different shows that I got coming.
All right.
So, good to see you.
It's good to be seen. Thank you, G. I appreciate you. Let's not talk about it.
Oh. For real? When y'all go back? For real?
Next week.
Okay. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Be safe.